This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, April 28th, 2015. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. 1 p.m. this afternoon, big upper level feature moving off the Canadian Maritimes and the northeast coast and moving out to sea. Another slow moving disturbance moving across the southern tier of the country. Meanwhile, a ridge over the west is going to be keeping us rather dry around here. We have a weak cold front trying to come in, bringing a slight chance of a shower mainly in Minnesota. Could bring us a few clouds later today, but otherwise most of the stormy weather will be across the Gulf Coast. They'll get quite a bit of rain down there, and that'll be the case also here into Wednesday. Highs today will be mainly in the 60s to low 70s. That'll be the case on Wednesday, maybe a couple degrees warmer as that ridge off to our west begins to build in. And then as we even move into Thursday, you can see a slight bit of cold air coming through the Great Lakes with the disturbance coming in through that area. That could cool temperatures in our eastern counties slightly, maybe into the mid to upper 60s. Otherwise, mid 70s are likely across the western counties. Then finally we get a little bit of activity as we move into Friday. Another system moves in. This one's a bit better than the one today, which is very weak. This one could bring us a slight chance of a shower or maybe a thunderstorm or two. Chance is probably 30% or less. That system seemingly dissolves here on Saturday. We have a few pockets of possible chances of showers across the plains and the Midwest. Big system moving off the northeast coast will affect the coast of New England or so. That system moves out into the North Atlantic. We have another system coming in, but it looks to be very disorganized here on Sunday. So the shower and thunderstorm chances don't look that great at this point. Maybe a bit better as we go into Sunday night and into Monday as the system begins to get its act together as it pushes off to the east. So Sunday night could be the best chance of seeing any rain in the next 5 to 6, 7 days or so. As that system then moves off on Monday, temperatures will cool slightly into the 60s to around the lower 70s. You can see a week from today, next Tuesday, we have a disturbance or a system moving across the eastern part of Canada. We have a system moving into the north and west. We have a bit of a disturbance across the desert southwest. That's going to get its act together, and that could be a system we have to watch next week for the latter half of next week that could bring us quite a bit of precipitation in our area. But for the meantime, the next couple of days look fairly dry with only some slight chances of precipitation. Going into the extended period here on the 9th of May, you can see a disturbance moving across the plains in the upper Midwest, western Great Lakes. This is going to be producing some activity around here, and that'll be in the form of some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. Some severe weather, we can't rule that out at this point, but this is still more than 10 days out, so things can change, timing can change, the strength could change. This could be gone on the next run, it could still be here, we'll have to wait and see. On the 13th of May at the end of the forecast, another significant system, of course being this is 16, 17 days out, significant is kind of a bad word to use, but a system that needs to be watched if this continues to be seen on models could bring us some more showers and thunderstorms toward the middle of the month. But of course we're entering the peak of our severe weather season in the state, so this is not uncommon. So we'll have to wait and see, but confidence in this is still rather low at this point. Satellite image from last evening, we had an upper level feature over North Texas and Oklahoma, producing some clouds and some showers there. A lot of thunderstorm activity across the Gulf Coast. Otherwise, you can see that weak front in the northern plains, an upper level feature off the New England coast, and some clouds in the North Pacific. Watch warning map from last evening. Flood watches continue along the Gulf Coast. A couple of frost advisories, Kansas, the Great Lakes, the Ohio River Valley, and the Appalachians, but elsewhere it was fairly quiet, which is very atypical for the latter part of April. KPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days. This goes through Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, showing most of the precipitation will be across the south and up the east coast. Maybe 1/10 of an inch around here with those 2 slight chances later in the week.